Hey, what's going on, guys? Oz with Content 60 Detailing. So this is a video I really debated on if I would post it or not, but in all my videos and who I am as a content creator, I'm not perfect. I'm not a professional. I do the best that I can. Maybe like you guys, sometimes you learn the hard way. Well, I thought it'd be a good idea to try to polish black plastic on my Mark 8 Volkswagen Golf R, and it didn't go so great. So I'm not saying to you guys, hey, use the products that I use, do exactly what I did. I don't feel I succeeded. I feel like I kind of made it worse, if not maybe the same, but I think, yeah, I made it worse. I would love your guys' opinion, your thoughts, compounds, polishes, pads, speeds, different things that I could do differently, but I just feel like being real as a content creator, and I'm not happy with my work on this, and I guess I'm just throwing this out to the world and would love some comments on what you guys think I could have done better. And hopefully you guys just appreciate my honesty, my mistakes. I don't think social media always has to be perfect, but as a detailer, you live and you learn. Let me know what I missed out on. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video.
Today we're going to be tackling a problem that I get a lot of you guys saying that you have issues with, and it's scratches on your piano black finish on the interior of your cars. And today I'm going to show you how I remove scratches on something like this. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let's get right into it. So let's just cover kind of the problem. This is the interior of my Volkswagen Golf R. A little dirty, and we're going to show you exactly kind of what I'm talking about. But there's some scratches in the piano black. If you guys are not familiar with this and you have this on cars, it's kind of a new trend for a lot of manufacturers to put on their cars, but it causes all these like little micro marring and scratches. You can breathe on these and you can get them scratched really easily. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how I would get rid of the scratches. But before I do that, I want to just share a few disclaimers and a few things about this. So guys, it's really important that we talk about this. Now, I'm not saying you guys should all run and do exactly what I'm doing. A few things. Number one, when you're doing something like this, just know all of your results might vary. I don't know the piano black finish in your car, the interior trim that you have. Your results might vary from my results, but let's talk about a few things. The first thing, you need to make sure that you clean very well, and I'm going to show you how I clean my piano black finish on my interior before I actually introduce what I'm going to introduce to it. If you leave like bits and crumbs on there and you're using the methods that I'm using, you're going to scratch this up even worse. That's number one. Number two, when you're doing something like this, you do not want to do it for a long extended period of time, and you don't want to introduce too much heat. If you do that, you can actually burn the plastic and you'll never fix it, and you'll have to go replace these parts. So just know, guys, this isn't something that you should be doing every week on a detail. This might be something that you do every once in a while, because over time, just like clear coat on your car with plastic, if you do this enough times, you're going to ruin and destroy the plastic, and you're going to have to buy kind of a new trim kit. So this isn't something you should be doing all of the time. This is maybe something you want to do every once in a while. But what I suggest, go very slow in doing this. Don't introduce a lot of heat. Don't do it for a long extended period of time, and don't do it very frequently, and make sure that you're working from a clean surface. So with that, let me show you how I'll clean it, and let's jump into getting rid of some of these scratches. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do, you can really take any interior detail spray. I really like Pilot from Armor Detail Supply, but all I'm gonna do is I'm just going to clean up these areas, because if you have any of these crumbs and different things and you start introducing what I'm gonna introduce into it to get rid of the scratches, it is going to not make for a fun day for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of spray this, and we want to make sure that you're working with a clean surface. Really, any interior spray of your choice can work fine, but you just want to make sure that we're getting rid of kind of all of the debris and stuff that could actually make this be worse. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll kind of examine some of the scratches where we want to tackle it and what it might look like, because some of them might not be worth going after. Some of them might be too deep, and just know, guys, this isn't going to be the end-all be-all. Depending on your scratches, you might have some that are too deep, just like in the clear coat of the paint on your car. I might not be able to get all of them. So just know all scratches are different, and this might work well on some of your scratches, and some of it might not. So there we go. So we're working with a clean surface now. We'll go ahead and got this cleaned up. Looks better. If it's a little bit streaky, it's fine. Piano black, it's really tough to get it perfect, but all I need is just a clean surface to work on. So let's go ahead and kind of examine some of the scratches or some of the areas. It's kind of hard to pick up on my phone, but there are several light scratches in this area, several right there. You can kind of see some going that way, some going that way. It's really hard to pick up on camera. You can kind of see some light marring kind of around there. So what I'm going to be doing is, and let me show you exactly what I'm using. I'm going to be using just standard drill. This is something that probably all of you have at home, and there's these attachments that you can buy for it, and it allows you to put on a various different assortment of pads. And what I'm going to be using today is I'm going to be using Plastics by Meguiar's. I've used this on headlights. I've used this on cleaning up gauge clusters and different things. But one thing that I'll recommend is go very, very light on the polish, because what can happen is you put too much polish and you're getting it down these cracks, and you're just going to create just a massive mess for yourself. So just know, as you're using pads and you're using a drill, don't go full speed on this. Go soft, go light, go really easy, and less heat is your friend. The more heat you introduce, yes, the more likely it'll remove some of the scratches, but it also might just completely permanently damage your finish, and you don't want to do that. So I would choose probably kind of like a black or orange pad, just kind of feel the hardness of them. You can definitely, they have some of these that have, and this kit I think was like 12, 15 bucks on Amazon, might even be 10 bucks. I'll leave a link in my description if you guys want to check it out. But I would start with the softer pad first. Softer pad is not going to remove as many scratches, but it'll be a little bit more safe for the finish. So I'm going to start off with this orange pad, and it's got this Velcro in the backing, so you just stick it on. You stick it on here. Just make sure that you're lining up, just like if you're polishing your car. You don't want, you don't want it not sitting on there right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, just shake up Plastics. I'm going to put just a very teeny bit on this pad, because when you're on the interior of your car, there's more nooks and crannies for the polish to get into, and the last thing you want is just kind of creating a much bigger mess for yourself. So I'm just going to lightly put some of this on my pad. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my finger and kind of just lightly spread some of it, so that way it's not just massively kind of shooting this everywhere on there. Okay, so I've kind of got the pad primed, and what I'm going to do, you don't have to do this, I'm just going to put maybe just a teeny bit down here, kind of on the affected area. So we're going to try this area and just kind of see how well this kind of cleans up. So, and all I'm going to do is just lightly start introducing this to it. Don't want to do it for a long period of time. Too much time is too much heat. You can scratch it and make it worse. All right, let's polish that off and let's see how it looks. So guys, it made it worse. I've done this before. I haven't done it on this car, but it introduced more scratches, and so I might have too aggressive of a pad. It might be eating into a little too much. So I'm going to try just kind of this soft yellow pad. It's got some ridges to it, so we're going to give this a go and see if I can actually make this look better. But as of right now, it did not make it look any better. All right, so that's what it looks like. Guys, I do not like how this is looking. It has made it worse. And I might had, Plastics might be too aggressive. I've never worked with kind of the Volkswagen trim. If you guys know where I've messed up, let me know. I'm going to try just a polish that is much smoother, and maybe that might help us here. But overall, guys, I am leading you astray. And this is why doing this on piano black finish, you're kind of picking your battles. But let me try some polish. Let's see if that makes it better. All right, so that made it look quite a bit better. So the plastic is too aggressive. I just go with a very light polish. I'm going to try a little bit more aggressive a pad, see if I can get some of these finer scratches out of there. But overall, regretting doing this, I'm not going to lie. And I'm going to try a little bit more of aggressive a pad. But guys, chasing perfection as a detailer, it's tough. Now, if you look at it from that light, and I have a lot of HD lights and different things looking at it, but do I say it's made it look better? No. Has it made it look worse? Right now, I'd say yes, it has a little bit. So every trim's different, guys. I've done this before in other cars, successful. But anyways, let me try a different pad and see if this looks a little bit better. All right, so it's still kind of got some residue here. It's hard to get all that off. But that's what it looks like. I will say I would be cautious. I ended up using Ultimate Polish by Meguiar's, and I used kind of this white foam pad. Guys, like I said, you know, I think it's tough. I think if you have one that's like really hammered, you've done it for like a lot of years and there's a lot of scratches, you're only going to have so many chances to polish this. I don't know if I really made it better. I'll go around some other parts and I'll show you guys kind of the end result once I'm done. It's kind of hard in this light, but you can see here, I mean, it does look good, but it didn't look bad before. So guys, it is a very touchy game when you're trying to do interior black plastic. Use it kind of at your own risk. I think if this was something that was just absolutely mashed up and like had a lot of issues, it would look a lot better, but a lot of the fine scratches are kind of still in there. I'll keep working at it. If I find something better that works, I'll let you know. All right guys, so that's kind of the finished product of what it looked like. I ended up doing kind of this, I'm trying to think of the right, it's not microfiber, but just kind of more like a wool. This is gonna have more cutting power, so I used this and then I kind of finished it up with my black, really soft pad, which is a finishing pad. You know, overall, just be very careful as you guys do this. I would maybe, I don't know if I really would spend the time doing this. I'd wait till this becomes like really hammered and then try to do it, or just replace it. But if you're doing this and trying to remove all of them out, just be very cautious, be very slow. What worked best for me was kind of Meguiar's polish. I did find that plastics was too aggressive. I don't know in terms of just like the grit. I do think plastics maybe has a little bit more bite to it. Polish is just kind of more of like a glaze, but areas, I do think the plastics ruined me in some areas. I think if I would have just started, and maybe what I'll do, let me try this area up there. It's hard to pick it up on camera, but you can see like that scratch. Maybe what I'll do is, I think plastics really kind of messed me up. Let me try this area up here with my new method of doing it with this and then doing it with the black pad and using the polish, because I think the plastics kind of caused some micro marring and a little bit of micro scratches down there. So let me try this up here and see if I can get like that one, and there's several others. There's that one, there's one right here. Kind of hard to see in the light, but there are kind of several kind of right in there. Okay, so I went over with a wool, and then let's go ahead. Just gonna do myself polishing pad here. If you guys want to be super anal, you can probably tape off stuff so it doesn't kind of get to it, but still can see this one a little bit. Some of them might be too deep to get, but I do think that is the better method. Don't use plastics. I know some of you might swear by it. It was too aggressive here in this situation, but I felt like with the polish and those two pads, that made it better. Obviously guys, all of your results are going to vary, so I'm not the expert at this. I've only done this a few times, but you can see like a scratch like that, it's not coming out, it's too deep. But it did clean it up. It's a lot clearer. The clarity is a lot better in there. I would not, yeah, I don't know. I don't know guys. I don't know. So guys, I'm going to post this video. Maybe it might piss some of you off. Maybe it might ruin some of your plastic. Please do not take my advice. I've done the best I can on it. If others have advice on cleaning piano black finish, leave it in the comments below. But I'm not going to sit here and say, guys, I have just made this look so much better. I'm regretting doing it because I just think the plastics down here caught some micro marring, and up here, it's not better, but it's not worse. I just think I'm wasting my time now at this point. And I think it just, auto manufacturers, it's bullshit. It's quit putting the stuff in your guys' cars. You're only going to be able to do this so many times, guys, and then you're going to burn through it and you're going to ruin your plastic, and you're going to have to go buy another trim piece. So anyways, that was my experience in doing this. Follow follow my advice, maybe don't, but just you're doing it at your own risk. It might make things worse. So less aggressive, really don't use anything with any type of grit, and hopefully you guys might have better results than I did. But those are my results. Thanks guys for watching. We'll catch you next video.